Better than Lego. Better than Lego.
Matthew Johns is in position for a long-range shot. He's with it now, Matthew Johns. Here goes the kick from Johns.
Yes, hello everyone and welcome to the Johns Family Podcast for this week. Something a little different today. We are childless. Look, we've been childless for a while, but meaning the children aren't involved in the podcast today. So this will be interesting.
It's Mad Monday times two.
Yes, you're going to listen to two people who are sick of the sight of each other in a loveless relationship. Hello, Trish. How are you? You going good? Now, you've set yourself a couple of goals today. Yeah.
I have.
Yes. Okay. Do you want to let's
I
do
won't
it.
say the words because I don't want to say them at all today. So
You don't want to say "dal"? Mm-hmm. I never picked that up that you say that.
I've noticed that I've been saying it quite a bit,
And
and I don't like it. I don't know where it came from.
and
That's correct, Matthew.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll just look. People listen keenly, and she'd love your feedback. Just pick up.
love it.
Now, look, all the usual stuff today, but we've got to mention off the top the passing of Queen Elizabeth II. It's been big news. Of course, it happened just after we did the podcast last week. A tough, resilient woman who I think personifies the that old English saying of stiff upper lip. Very easy woman to respect.
Do you know, I think before we've actually said who would you like at your dinner table if you got to choose 5 people, and she was one of mine. Because I think she'd be a very interesting woman. And I've got a few interesting stories today that I've heard over the last week.
Well, Peter V'landys, he might have been the last Australian to dine with Queen Elizabeth II. Of course, he did when he went over there for the one of the big races. And, interesting.
She did love her races.
Said she loved the races. He said absolutely loved it. And so there you go. So the theme today is going to be the Queen, as in Queen Elizabeth II, and the band Queen. There you go. So what we did there. Now, Trish.
You can thank me for that.
If you're you did come up with this. If you were a member of the royal family, who would you be and why? Mine
is
Fergie, because you're old toe sucker.
Oh, no. Well, this is like a dream, really.
Say it, Dale.
The new Princess of Wales, Kate.
Oh, really? Not Meghan? I was waiting, I don't know if it's kosher, but I will say this. I was waiting for Meghan to make the passing of the Queen all about her.
Oh,
Hasn't
she has
happened
time.
Yet. Has time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's just, I don't know who's advising her, but truly, she just makes things worse by the second.
Kate Middleton, she holds herself with a lot of class.
A lot of dignity, yeah.
Yes.
You can tell she respects the realm. Everyone that goes in it knows. I guess you couldn't imagine the extent of things that you'd have to abide by, but it's going to be tough. I don't think it'd be easy.
Well, I mean, in what context?
But if I had someone doing everything for me, that would be.
Yes, I was going to say. Let's not. Anyway, I've gone Mr. Snaps, which is the Queen's 12-year-old corgi. Now, unfortunately for Mr. Snaps, he's now living with Prince Andrew, which could be quite.
Well, actually,
he'll see a lot of shit, Mr. Snaps.
Do you know what? Only of the 4 dogs, because she's got a doggy, which is a cross between a Dachshund and a corgi, a Cocker Spaniel and 2 corgis. But he's only taking the 2 corgis, and I asked the question, well, where are the other 2 going?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right. I won't answer that. Will they take it to the animal shelter? Do you reckon so?
I don't think so. They'll be living in
maybe the Green Dream.
Windsor. Stop it. No. But you know what? I thought.
Well, the Egyptians, they would bury their pets with them. So
if something happened to you and I, who would we leave Harriet and Charlie with?
Oh, that's a good question. Maybe one of the neighbours, Skogs across the road.
No, they're away too often.
I don't know.
I was thinking Tash.
Yeah, your friend Tash.
And I'm thinking that she'd have to actually get the house too because
the dogs
and the cats.
It's very good. Yes.
But we wouldn't leave it to the boys because let's face it, they're not.
Well, we went away.
About.
We went away once. We went over to the States for a few weeks, and when we got back, basically the whole top of the house, the top floor was just basically covered in or just dog shit everywhere.
There was not dog.
There
shit.
was dog shit everywhere where Jack just wouldn't pick it up.
No, though, I had to have it all recovered.
No, it was dog shit too. It was plenty of dog shit. Now, Mad Monday. Cooper is on Mad Monday at the moment as we are recording this. Although, tell you what, he can have his cake and eat it too, this boy. He's still playing. Incredible game of the weekend. He was playing for the Sunshine Coast versus Tweed in a semi-final. They were getting beat.
Golden Point.
24-0 at halftime. They were getting beat. Right.
No, they'd scored one try before halftime.
It always sounds better, 24-0. But it was 24-6 at halftime. They were down 24-0. They got back to 24-all, Golden Point, and winning Golden Point.
Yeah.
Poor old Jermaine Osako. They kick off to him, has the sun in his face, misses the ball, goes over the dead ball line, then he goes for a short dropout, doesn't go the 10. 2 points. Sunshine Coast Falcons take the win. Jack Johns, well, he is away. He's he
tried.
He booked with a budget airline. I said, son, I think you'd be better walking.
Hopefully, by the time this comes out, he's actually gotten there. They cancelled the flight on the day of, a few hours before
I'm
the
driving
flight.
him to the airport. Word comes through, flight cancelled, 5:30 tomorrow, which means he'll land in Bali at about 1:20 in the morning. Perfect. It's his second trip. Has he been to Bali since he was a baby?
We took him when he was 1.
Yeah, he did too. I haven't been there since then.
No, that's right.
Yeah.
I've been there a number of times since.
What? Don't we know it? We'll get onto that in a second. Week 1 of the finals, people. I know you'll be hearing this on Friday, but on the Monday, man, I tell you what, Roosters, South Sydney. Oh, I just loved it. I just loved it that much. The atmosphere at the stadium, it was
games,
awesome.
Like
they
our
were all
Saturday
great.
night, that was amazing.
All the games were great, but that one on the Sunday, day football is really special. But the rivalry between those two teams, how they went at each other. Honestly, it was like watching football in the 80s again. I know, like I'm not going to, I'm not one for violence, although I was a noted tough man of the sport. But it was incredible. South City, incredible win. At one point, 2 players in the sin bin, 13 versus 11. And they win that period 6-0. Pretty amazing. Pretty amazing, Trish. Did you watch it, Trish?
No.
No, okay.
I was having a nap. I had a bit of a night on Saturday night. So I needed a nap Sunday afternoon.
Anyway.
Hang on, you were there with me on Saturday night.
I can't remember it, though.
We were here watching the footy and some friends came over.
Yeah, some friends came over, the Skogs across the road. Skogs
there were some good
brought
quotes.
some sake, some Japanese rice wine. I actually don't remember actually drinking any of it. There's photos that say I did. And the next day I had to actually rewatch the games to know what I was talking about.
My favourite quote, though, when Storm were losing towards the end of the game, 20-28, Rosemary screaming out, "Come on, I can make a baby in 4 minutes, 49 seconds."
Oh, how uncouth.
I thought it was very clever. I went,
uncouth.
Okay, I get it.
Oh, God.
Not deliver it.
How many kids they got?
They've got 4 boys.
Theme, best memory of Queen Elizabeth II, Tricia?
I think the more recent one of earlier this year, I think it was in June, when they had the passing of the jets over Buckingham Palace, and little Louis was there blocking his ears and making faces, her grandson, and she's giggling, and you can see her smirking along.
Yeah.
I like that. I think that sort of shows the
Human
person she
side.
was, yeah.
She's been to a lot of openings and closing ceremonies in Australia. The opening of Parramatta Stadium in 1986, Parramatta versus the Dragons, she was there.
She's a Para fan?
She opened Parramatta Stadium. Yeah, she was a big Peter Wynn fan. She actually went to
Good to
Peter
know.
Wynn's, got a Dragons jersey. Because if you don't score there, you'll never score. The closing ceremony, 82 Commonwealth Games. Remember Matilda going around at the end there with the big kangaroo and just
Vaguely.
winked the technology in 82 and everything. That is amazing. And the opening of Sydney Entertainment Centre. She was
really?
there. She opened the Sydney Entertainment Centre, and I remember Hogues doing a stand-up routine. It was
What year was that?
that would have been, I'm guessing, about 84, 85. I'll get back to you on that one.
Yeah, probably close. Yeah, I think about 84.
Now, Trish, really appreciate you, being here. It's a rare event that you're here in the house 2 days in a row. Just come back from the Whit Sundays. Must have been nice.
It was lovely.
What
it
a
was
life
really
you-
nice.
what a
Beautiful
life-
weather. Honestly, Queensland Tourism has to come talk to me. I need to be an ambassador for those people, the Whit Sundays. It is beautiful. It's the most beautiful place
Thanks,
in
Scoop.
the world.
Thanks, Scoop. Right, that's something it's breaking.
But a lot of
news to-
people haven't actually experienced it. Like the bluest water. We had whales and the calves right near the boat.
You're not doing
turtles popping up. Oh.
You're not doing a very good job of being the ambassador.
And then I went.
Pretty dull so far.
snorkeling with the fish where we did earlier in the year.
Fish in the ocean? That's incredible.
No, you know the big Maori wrasse where you feed them in that bay?
Yep.
Massive Maori wrasse. Like he's about this big. There's a couple
So,
of
Trish,
GTs. I don't like them. They're a bit
For
fast
people that
and
are listening
darty.
on the audio, how big did you hold that? Were you saying about half a metre? Yeah,
Is that? No, more than half a metre,
it's
I
about
think.
a metre. Yeah.
It is big.
You really do live the life of Riley. Me,
Only sometimes.
As I say, mate, I'm all work, you're all play.
Is that right?
Yeah. Yep. And like I
But what
laughed
do I
at
do with the other 360 days on my year, Matt? That was 3 days.
Get your hair straightened.
Well,
Get your nails done.
I never get my nails done. Look at them.
Yeah. But like example,
Don't paint a picture of me. It's inaccurate.
It's true. What did you go and do before?
I went and had my roots done.
There you go.
Hey,
and
you
your hair straightened.
It's not straight.
Oh, well, it's got it weaved or whatever you got done with it.
Weaved?
So, honestly, I get a haircut once
You're
every
from the
6
70s.
weeks.
I don't know why, mate. I don't know why. And and that's like $50 for that. You were getting
$50 my ass.
getting ripped off.
Okay, it's $30 and I give him a $20 tip because that's who I am. I'm a man of the people.
Oh.
So you go get your hair. What are you going on tomorrow?
Oh, just some things about the house. I've got a builder coming. I'm going to help. We've got a wedding this weekend, and I've been graced by getting to help make the bonbonniere for the wedding.
All right.
So that's what I'm doing tomorrow.
So isn't it
afternoon
funny?
from midday.
You're always so keen to help other people, but
I am.
Like,
But what? Stop whining.
You really shit me a lot at the moment. You really shit me.
Yeah, I'm not loving you.
We're in the house the other day, right? And I love it when she goes away and she comes back. Okay, right. Here's one for you. So she's on the way back from the Whitsunday. It's been away for 4 days. Don't know the fact that I've been working myself to the bone. And I said,
please.
look, I'm going to go down to the pub. Can you pick me up the way back?
And what did I say?
Yeah, you said yes.
No problem.
So then I jump in the car. She goes, you smell like gin, right? I said, yeah, because I've been drinking gin. What do you think I've been doing down at the club? Just sort of sitting there having
Yeah, but I don't like you
raspberry?
drinking gin.
Why not?
I just don't like you drinking spirits.
Why is that? Give me a reason.
Because you
Give me
go like
one-
this and then you go like that.
So it's again.
Okay.
You
fall off a cliff.
I disagree. I disagree.
Well, we'll
So
agree to
then,
disagree.
Wait for this. She goes, gin. Well, yeah. And then she starts filling my pockets. It was like
Mate,
I'm trying-
I wasn't filling your pockets.
What? Yeah, she was reaching, going, mate, come on, are you hiding any in your
No,
pockets?
it's groping.
Yeah, well, there's been very little of that going on. As I said, it's a loveless relationship. The other thing, I tell you what, on the positive note, the strippers were awesome. Shout out to Candy and Sandy and Crystal and the girls.
And
amazing,
Dandy.
amazing. Tiffany? Yeah, all of them. They all come over. Righto, Trish. Now, how was? And here's the one the other day, right?
Oh, here we go.
So she goes away 4 days. Then she goes, well, what's that place that you want to visit one day? I went, Lithuania. You went, yeah, why don't you just go there? Go there now. And I'm like, I can't go there now because I'm working. I can't actually go there.
But Matthew, when you finish working, you can go there.
Well,
Just book it and do it. Unless I organise it, you don't do anything.
Yeah, right.
Have you noticed that?
Yeah, I do. I
Yeah.
do notice that. How was Gordon on the
Well, Gordy.
Gordy on the boat?
Gordy. Well, I put on a couple of kilos on the boat. And
Couple?
I think that Gordon must have noticed because Gordon's on his diet thing. So I don't know actually what he was limiting because he had each meal. But anyway, but he made a very rude comment a couple of times. He'd sit there and watch me eat and then go, you're a good eater, aren't you, Trish? I'm like, hey, beat it, mate.
Yeah, I told him. Yeah, I said, mate, watch her. Maybe just a few subtle tips.
Well,
Because I bought you that. I was thinking about buying you a treadmill for Christmas. But
don't bother.
yeah. Okay. Now, I tell you what I watched the other day, right? On a different note, because we're about to talk about Queen. I love it. Highlander. People, Christopher Lambert, Sean Connery. It is the best movie. The Queen soundtrack through it. The only thing I'll say about this in the movie is that, of course, Christopher Lambert's the Highlander and Scottish Highlander, and of course, I'd say very convincing one at that. But Sean Connery, who's wonderful in it, but he plays a Spaniard, but he's got a Scottish accent.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, if you're going to get someone to play a Spaniard like Sean Connery,
But weren't there a
Maybe
lot of,
Spaniards in Scotland.
like a fair bit of mixed heritage there?
They were very
I
good
feel.
sailors, but I would say that they didn't stay there long enough to develop a Scottish accent as thick as Sean Connery's.
Maybe he was the product.
What of a no? Well,
Of his-
he was an immortal.
Well, that's right.
Yeah, so that's
Mate,
just stupid.
Well, Matt, in case you didn't notice, being immortal is not real either.
Yeah, well, don't know about that. Now, Trish, 3 best Queen songs.
Okay, in order, number 3, Don't Stop Me Now. Number 2, Bohemian Rhapsody. And number 1, Under Pressure.
Right, I've gone number 3, Another One Bites the Dust. Number 2, controversial, Flash, the Flash Gordon movie. Love that.
How does it go?
Flash. And number one, I've gone Bohemian Rhapsody, but the opening 2 minutes, the slow bit of stuff. Mama just killed a man.
You don't like it when the
I
guitar
don't
comes
like
in?
I don't like the real heavy stuff, the theatrical stuff in the middle. But I love the start of it, and a bit of a shout out on.
Send Brian May a memo.
Yeah, we'll do. But something as well off the Highlander movie. The theme, Queen do all the songs on that. Princes of the Universe, one of the most underrated Queen songs. Fantastic song.
In your
And
opinion,
another one is Fat Bottom Girls is good too. I like that.
it's not very PC.
And I like the Queen song as well. Now, Trish, anything sort of caught your eye as far as in
Social
the media,
media.
social media?
Yes, and this was actually last week I saw it. It happened a little while ago over in the eastern suburbs. A man's best friend knocked on the door and actually stabbed his best friend's wife. So a fellow walked up. So he had addiction and mental health issues.
Okay, we're going to bring this podcast down a little bit.
So,
back.
like, if that was you, how does
please.
that relationship move forward? Does it?
So explain what he did again.
Okay, so a man's best friend knocked on his family door and actually attacked and stabbed the man's wife.
Jeez, mates like that. I don't know. I look, call me a little bit of a stickler or a little rough, but I probably think that he would no longer be my best mate. I think that'd be a sort of tough one to get over.
Well, you wouldn't be able to have them anywhere near you, really. Imagine her
Did
anxiety.
Did he
level.
pass? Did
No,
she
no,
die?
no,
Oh, well,
no.
she didn't die. No,
A
that's
passing
fine.
tradesman.
Sorry, I
stop
thought
it.
you said
No.
No,
A
that's,
passing tradesman heard her screams and came and helped her.
don't you love tradies?
I love tradies. I love them. They're my favourites.
Where this one? A couple of things. I spoke about this on the Friday SEN show. A woman in LA has come out and said she now identifies as a British Columbian wolf.
Sorry?
Not just a wolf, a British Columbian wolf, the best kind of wolves.
Is that right?
And I just get okay. Like, see, this, and I said this on Friday. I said you can be whoever you want to be, but I just go, are people. Is this a grab for attention?
What,
Surely
do you
don't.
think?
Yeah. Okay. The next one. Speaking about grabs for attention, Madonna has been spotted tongue kissing a 26-year-old OnlyFans rapper. 26. She's 64. Honestly, and the rapper is a young girl called Tokisha.
Oh, she's a girl.
Yeah. Tokisha, I'll say this, raise your standards. Like, raise your standards. You can do so much better than Madonna. And then Madonna's in the same breath linked to this 23-year-old young model guy. She's like those witches that try to steal the youth off people.
Do you know what's frightening is that she has 2 children that age.
Yeah.
Or close to that
It'd be
age.
like Madonna
That's what's frightening.
trying to go date Cooper. I reckon he'd do it too. And the other one that really caught my attention was this. This is a really sad story. Tom Brady and Giselle are having marriage problems at the moment.
Well, where's that come from? I saw that headline.
But I'll say this, it's a really bad advertisement for marriage when he's married to the most famous supermodel in history and he'd rather be at training. That's, look, I know how he feels, but any other news stories, Trish, catch your attention?
That's it, thank you.
Okay.
Don't know where you're going with that, Matty.
Theme. What's a fitting song that personifies Queen Elizabeth's life?
No, you know what? I just went Billy Joel's Always a Woman. Just very subtle. Oh, my God, I think the dog just farted, unless it was you.
No, it was Gav.
Man, that's no good.
No.
Woo!
Oof.
Oh, we might need to let her out, out.
No,
Well,
she's all right.
oh, it stinks.
That's good.
Oh, my God.
Smells good, actually.
Oh,
yeah.
it's vile.
Poor. Hey,
Oh, my God.
I reckon it was Gav. Gav, you stinky dude.
Man, she's
Can I just say?
small but lethal.
Can I just say that?
Yeah, Billy Joel's always a woman.
Yeah, I was actually thinking of a Queen song
Oh,
for
right.
Queen.
Okay.
So I've
Go.
doubled down. I've gone. The show must go on because I wonder how many times through the wars, the tragedies, that she just went, I've had enough. I feel like stepping down. But again, her toughness and resilience, she just hung on and remained a class act. Trish, any much feedback? You go?
A little bit. What have I got? Okay, so nicknames. You can explain these.
You just
These
said
are some others.
Yeah.
One.
Yep.
Okay,
There it
let's
is.
keep a tally.
Right.
Sugar. Who's Sugar?
Joel Kane.
Yeah, that's a
Joel Kane.
nice nickname.
Yeah, Sugar. Yes, and it's
I'd like
ironic.
that one.
It's ironic because he works with Fletch. Sugar. So yep, he works with Fletch. So yes, yep.
And another one that you mentioned the other day that I put into my phone was Heaps.
Yeah.
Who is that?
Graham Hughes. Yes.
The broadcaster.
Yeah, he was the broadcaster. He played played cricket for New South Wales and represented New South Wales in rugby league.
And can you explain why he got heaps?
I don't know.
Heaps of runs?
Don't know. I refuse to answer that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then there was Elephant Man or Yuck.
Yes, Kevin Walters. So Kevy Walters once was asked the Rugby League Week, what's your nickname? And he said, Elephant Man or Yuck. So
Any explanation offered?
I probably think...
Self-explanatory?
Yeah, self-explanatory, I would say.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, that's another one. Damn it.
Another one down. There we go.
Had a lovely email from Lockie's dad who got in touch because
Who's
he really
Lockie?
wanted a young Brisbane fan.
Okay.
Now, he made a sign at the last Broncos game saying, Reynolds, can we be friends? Like, Lockie's probably 8 or 9. And Adam came straight over after
Told
the
him
game
to get
and
fucked.
gave him his boots and signed them for him.
Did he really?
It was very sweet. Like, it's just made his, entire world, which is pretty cute.
Love Adam Reynolds.
Yeah, that's a good man.
Yeah, a really, really good man.
Very good
Good
man.
men are hard to find too, Trish.
They are hard to
Okay.
find, Matthew.
What else you got for
So
us?
bad. Well, I had 3. God damn.
Keep hanging in there, darling.
Yeah. I heard a great Queen story during the week when Kevin Rudd and his wife dined with Queen Elizabeth at Buckingham Palace. His wife asked the Queen why one of the corgis looked quite different to the others. And her response amused me. It was because her mother was a bit of a trollop.
Oh, really? Yeah, right.
I like that.
Kevin Rudd, he went to the Jack the Rippers too, didn't he? Once. He went.
What
to
does that mean?
The strippers.
Oh.
He went to the strippers. That's code we use in front of our wives when we talk about strippers. We always go to the Jack the Rippers.
Nice. Well,
So,
yeah,
yep.
I mean, that works well. And another great story I heard was, and I'm going to take this on myself, this one, because
So
it'll
the
be
first
very
one was a
appropriate.
great one. I thought. That was the first one
Stop
was a great
talking,
one.
Matt. Is another thing that the Queen used to do when she's seated beside people, she speaks to them.
Another one too, mark
That's
it
5.
down.
I'm up to 5. I noticed.
You just got to be decisive.
see, look what you've done
you
now.
You just got to be decisive what you're talking about. You're padding, right? Give us another one of these great stories. Yeah.
She says to the guests on either side of her, I'll speak to you during the entree and I'll speak to you during the main course so that we can have a good conversation, as opposed to being ripped between. So I'm going to start doing that myself. So watch out, anyone I'm seated next
Still
to.
waiting for the great story.
Oh, shush.
I'm going
to walk out and then you'll be on your own.
I've got a quality story. Did you know the Queen, when she has her personal assistant and she's in company, she will say, "If I've got my handbag down on my left hand side, if it stays there, I'm fine. However, if you look up and suddenly the handbag is on the right hand side of me, it means come and get me.
Save me.
Yep, save me.
Oh, I might start doing that too. Don't know who I'm being safe from, but yeah, handy tip.
Yourself. Anything else, Trish?
No, that's it.
I've got something for you. I just went to the pantry and had a look. What was your idea behind getting the cornflakes?
Oh.
Where did they come from?
Well, I learnt a little recipe. I've got some 7.
8.
No, that's R.
Okay.
Oh, he's different to the UM word. Oh, God damn, you bastard.
You know what? Let's stop count because it's taking over the podcast.
Yes.
Right. Cornflakes.
Cornflakes. You use them to batter chicken breast after you've marinated in buttermilk, and the buttermilk tenderizes it, and then a mixture can be made with crushed cornflakes,
Yep.
a bit of flour and taco seasoning. Put it around the chicken breast and fry it, and it makes an amazing chicken burger. Amazing.
Are we doing that tonight?
No.
No, okay.
But I am marinating the chicken for pan
My
fried
auntie
chicken.
used to do that.
Did she?
Yep, she used to get cornflakes and put them over the chicken.
Crushed?
Yep,
Yeah.
crushed.
So, yes.
Good memories. Okay. Anything else, Trisha?
No, no.
Okay, righto. What's a Queen song, Trish, that best represents you?
I've got a tie. I'm tied between Don't Stop Me Now,
Yep.
Having Such a Great Dream, I'm having a ball, and I Want to Break Free.
That's funny because that's mine. That's mine.
yeah. And yet you whinge and whine when I'm not here. This is the irony, Matthew.
Because there's no one to come pick me up from the pub. I've got to walk back. So,
Or do anything else. Feed the dog.
yeah. Okay, Trish, let's get a roll here. Right, a question for you.
Yeah.
In 50 years' time, who do you think will be most fondly remembered? Queen Elizabeth II or Freddie Mercury? What do you think on this?
I don't know about fondly, but I think definitely more popularly remembered would be Queen Elizabeth II.
Right.
Definitely, because that is a tradition through history with royalty.
Oh yeah, but royalty isn't remembered. A lot of it not fondly. I mean,
Yes,
some
but I
some of
think-
the royals in history have been monsters.
That's right.
Yes,
But
she
not
hasn't
in her
been.
time.
Yes, royal family.
And I think too because she was so young when she first
Yes.
became the Queen.
Yeah, it's a funny one because I look at Freddie. There's so many aspects to Freddie Mercury that I think people remember him so fondly for. Where with the royal family, not everyone's cup of tea, but individually, I think I look at Queen Elizabeth and I think you are a very easy person to respect. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Rather than fondly. Or let's say this. I tell you what I really liked the other day. Johnny Rotten. Johnny Rotten, of course, the lead singer of the Sex Pistols, and they did the song "God Save the Queen," and it was disparaging. They asked him a few months ago. They said, how do you look back on that song now? And he goes, you know what? He goes, I actually like her. He goes, I've got a lot of respect for her. She knows how to dig in. Yeah. So, and the other story was,
I mean, let's not forget she was 96 and up until not long ago she was still fulfilling all of her duties.
yeah, she was when she became queen. Her and what was the hubby's name?
Philip.
Yeah, you want to do some Prince Philip quotes, but you said
Oh,
that
no.
basically
When I started looking at them, they were so bad.
horrendous,
I went,
absolutely horrendous.
he's a troubled soul, really.
Now her father was King
George.
King George, right? Okay, so her and Phil, Filthy Phil, they're over in Kenya, and they were staying in this wildlife reserve anyway.
Yeah,
and
park.
they're in a stay in this tree house. Anyway, the guy who was their personal assistant, she went up into the tree house, and as she got to the top, he got notified that King George was dead, and he signalled her to come down and break the news. He later said she went up the tree a princess and came down a queen. Pretty profound, isn't it? Okay, we're going to take a real quick break and continue with the podcast. Yes, welcome back to the podcast. No children today. Jack is in Bali when recording this. He's had his flight cancelled. Son of a gun. Hopefully, when you're hearing this, he is in Bali. But again, with some of our airlines, who knows?
And he'll be playing this weekend in a preliminary final.
He's playing on.
Who are they playing?
They're playing against the North Devils on Saturday.
Do you know where?
In Brisbane.
Okay.
Yep. So he's in that. So he's not here at the moment as we're recording this. He's a kid who has his cake, likes to have his cake and eat it too. He's actually on Mad Monday, even though his season isn't technically over. Trish, God, that dog.
Oh, she's farting again.
Honestly,
sorry.
this is
It's turkey mince. Sorry.
It's filth.
Matt, what about the finals this weekend? Who have we got? Who are the two big games?
Well, we have Eels versus the Raiders on the Friday night, and on the Saturday, it's the Sharks and the Rabbitohs. So if we talk about the Eels and the Raiders, the winner of that game, of course the loser is gone, will go to North Queensland and play the Cowboys up in Townsville.
Yeah, wow.
Which will be tough because talking to Gordy about it last night, Gordy said this time of the year it's about 29, 30 degrees up there, humid. So that's a really tough away trip.
Raiders wouldn't do very well up there with their cold climate.
Yeah, I don't know, Trish. I think a one-off game wouldn't worry him. This is interesting because the Raiders have done phenomenally well. If you look at their season so far, Trish, they started the season 2 from 8. Then they were sort of up and down through the middle of the year. Round 17, they went to a bye. And at that point, mate, they're not going to play finals football. They're outside. I think that the odds from winning the comp was about 300 to 1 at that point. They've come out of the bye weekend and won 9 from 10 and find themselves here. This is exactly Ricky's sweet spot. He loves this. They're in the finals. No one really give them a chance. Mate, they've knocked over the Storm. Now they're going to roll into Parramatta. Parramatta are the opposite in the fact that it's amazing. You can be so consistent through a year. Not that Parramatta haven't, but they've been fantastic the last 5-6 weeks. But then to lose that first finals game can really all of a sudden burst your bubble.
Because what was the score?
27-8.
Yeah.
But again, it was against the Penrith side who were on fire. So it's a big job for the coach, Brad Arthur, to get them up for this week because, mate, Ricky and the Raiders are coming to get them. A lot of momentum.
Can I ask you, Matt?
Yeah. Say it, baby.
I think it's almost quite obvious that Penrith will be in the grand final.
Yep.
Who of the remaining teams do you think would have the best chance against them?
That's a good question, Trish.
Thank you.
An excellent question. I actually think it's the Rabbitohs.
Do you?
Yep, I have.
But they meet earlier, don't they?
Spot on. You
Yeah,
are.
so
You've got me. You've got me on that. Absolutely. You've got me. But if they weren't meeting, if I had a look at those sides to the left and said, right, who's most likely, I just look at the Rabbitohs because, and if you look at the game this week, Sharks versus Rabbitohs, it's a perfect example because Craig Fitzgibbons built this side not on the back of one or two individuals, although I reckon Nico Hines has been the competition's best player. They are a very disciplined, hard-working team where the Rabbitohs are the superstars. Yeah, you got Latrell, you got Cam Murray, you got Cody Walker, you got Cookie, you got these, particularly Latrell, these big superstars in the game. So those two sides are coming from a completely different angle. In the first one, Eels Raiders. Oh man, it's so hard. I've got a feeling about the Raiders. I've got a feeling they're going to roll through just with the momentum. And I think the Eels, there's a lot of pressure on the Eels this week. Sharks, Rabbitohs is a really, really tough one.
Because Sharks were good last weekend. They were unlucky.
Trish, they were unlucky. I'll say this. Craig Fitzgibbon, he bases all his football, all the success on defence. And they've had, in the last 6 weeks, lots of zeros against them. So to concede 32 points, mate, he'd have been filthy on that. The biggest factor in this one is going to be how well the Rabbitohs can rebound from last Sunday. Because that game, that was absolutely torrid, those guys in the Roosters. And that can take a little bit out of the tank. No Tom Burgess as well. In recording this, we don't know if he's going to fight the charge, but highly likely he won't be part of the game. Very, very, very difficult. Oh, man. If someone asked me an hour earlier and I said Sharks, but now I'm thinking, mate, Latrell in the mood, confidence up.
And Cody had an outstanding game, didn't he?
Cam Murray was the best player on the ground. Yep. Probably thinking Rabbitohs might pinch it if last week didn't take too big a toll on them. And then they go through that, and then have they got the gas in the tank to go again and beat the Panthers, who are again getting another week off? Lots to ponder. Now we'll take a real quick break and be back with our final tips. Yeah, welcome back to the podcast. We've got our gas masks on here because our dog, honestly, mate, honestly, it is that turkey mince never to be fed again. Now, Trish, tip of the week.
Okay, I've actually got 3 things for us. The first thing is, anyone who hasn't watched it, watch The King's Speech. It's an older movie.
Firth?
And it's Colin Firth.
Firth, yeah, sorry, just talking to the mic there. That's what I was pointing to.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
With Colin Firth. It's a really good insight into Queen Elizabeth's early years and her family life. And someone told me the other week at Allianz Stadium, she taught me something, and it works. If you can't remember the name of something and you need to, you do this thing with your eye, and it has something to do with the connection between your eyes, eye motion and your brain. You look left to right, left to right, left to right, left to right, probably not speaking, and then you look down, like thinking of what it is that you're trying to remember. And you can do that about 3-4 times. And every time I've gone to do it, it works. And it comes back to me, the word. So it's try it when you are lost for a word or the name of something.
What crap?
I prove that.
What crap?
Well, I've actually proof of it. What I'm not rating are those on-it capsules we're taking. I do not rate it at all.
I can stare through walls. It's
bullshit.
incredible.
And I've realised that it's actually Joe Rogan spruiking it. And someone actually has told me that he actually owns some of the company, so join the dots.
Okay. My tip for this week, by all reports, the Taylor Hawkins tribute concert is, they say it's incredible. It's Paul McCartney. Liam Gallagher, I think, opens it up, opens the concert.
Members of Queen.
Yes, Roger Taylor and Brian May.
Yep.
Nile Rodgers, Brian Johnson from AC/DC. Supergrass. Great band, Supergrass. Great English Britpop band. I haven't thought of for a long time. Apparently,
And Taylor Hawkins' son.
His son.
Yeah, plays the drums. That was pretty special.
That's awesome. That's really good. Trish, did you enjoy that today?
Not so much.
Okay.
No, I prefer it when the boys are here.
No
Pretty
problem.
much like my life.
Good on you guys. Have a good week, and we will speak to you next Friday.